Welcome to this version of Living and Working Abroad. I've got another quick question for you on international travel. And for expats, family and business, living and working abroad, relocating overseas and investing offshore. We're all concerned about Brexit at the moment. So we're concerned about travel, and we're concerned about our holidays next year. So how many countries in the world can the UK travel visa free? 186 is the answer. The UK has 186 visa free travel arrangements with countries around the world. That's fifth highest in the world. The fifth largest economy has got the fifth highest number of visa free travel arrangements on a bilateral basis between countries around the world, which includes the EU countries. The EU is not a country, and they don't have a visa arrangement for people to travel into the EU. So for international travel, the British are quite privileged, and they're among the highest freedom of movement around the world. And post-Brexit, this will give them the options to travel on holiday and to invest in overseas property and live and work abroad as much in the 186 countries around the world rather than the EU 27. However, there's been a bit of issues in the news recently, as you might have heard, because while there's visa-free travel to the USA, for example, you still have to get electronic authorization to travel into the USA, and this ESTA is applied for online, and it costs $14. So it's not a visa, but it is compulsory for any business, holiday or transit travel through the USA by anybody who is not got a USA passport. So the big news that was let out by the PR firms around and the politicians around Brexit is that the EU, as they've been planning to for some time, are introducing their own form of electronic authorization. Now, if the UK have left the EU and they're not part of the EU, Brexit has occurred after March 2019, then they'll no longer be, the British people will no longer be EU citizens. So naturally, at that time, like anybody else that's not an EU citizen, that's everybody apart from the 27 countries in the EU, they will need to get the European version of the ESTA. And so the toll tax for that application in America is $14, and it's another $7 to get the 3-year ESTA travel for the EU. And this will be different for the British after expat, but no big deal if you're used to traveling to America or other countries. If you remember, those of you that went to the Russian World Cup in 2018, the Russians stopped this type of approach where rather than everybody having to apply for individual visas, when they made their ticket application, they did the equivalent electronic authorization with their ticket, which became their travel visa to enter into Russia and travel around. So these things do happen. It is compulsory for the USA and for other countries that are gradually introducing this internet age fee and expense. It's an extra tax, and the EU do that. The UK have got no plans to introduce ID cards or border controls. So look at our website, Living and Working Abroad at poetpartnership.com, and on Facebook. Like, share and comment, and ask us your question, and we might feature yours next time.